Alright guys, and welcome to episode 13 of this Road to Glory series with Salford City on FIFA 20. So I think last episode were a good sign that we are hopefully turning things around, although I don't want to put too much weight on the results that we did get. We started with a 2-0 away win at Oldham, didn't we? And followed that up with a 2-1 away win at Grimsby. We have got a week now before the next game, so that means we can get players fit, but we have got 2 games in a row next week. So it is going to be a busy week for us. In terms of transfer business, I haven't put any offers in for anybody, but I have got some scouts out doing their job. If I stuck them on Transfer Hub, that is. Right, I'm looking at players whose contracts are running out. Some of them are slightly older players, some of them not. Tim Ream's contract is up in 6 months at Fulham, and he is somebody that we could look to bring in on a free transfer. He would bring some real solidity, some rigidity at the back, shape his defence up a little bit. Cameron Dawson, a player that when I did the Wednesday career mode on 19 we actually sold. So maybe bringing him in goalkeeper. It'd be an improvement of Leatheran and Neil, straight away, and he has got potential to grow more than he currently is. Jordan Abita from Reading is a left back who would eventually be better than Toure. Perhaps not straight away. Well, actually no, I think he would be. I think he is higher rated than Toure by quite a bit. Daniel Ayala from Middlesbrough, another slightly older player, 29-year-old, so getting towards the back end of his career, but 6'3", so would add some height at the back. Another possible solution to defence. A Cam, possible replacement for Towell in long run, somebody who is a Cam, but can also play at right mid and central midfielder, is John Terral at Hull. And then the last player we've got is Samuel Sahin Radlinger, who is another goalkeeper. He's Austrian. I wonder if it's that Austrian and Turkish with Sahin. Who knows? But he is another decent quality goalkeeper that has got a bit of room for growth, I do believe. I would probably prefer him to Dawson, but I'm conscious that we're probably only going to be able to bring in one or all of these, if any at all. But finances allowing, we are scouting them at minute. It's going to take about 24 days for all of them though, apparently. So we'll wait. We're not in any rush because they are going to be free signings for season 2. So don't matter that scout report's going to take 24 days to come back before we can get hold of them, because we're not going to be trying to get them until later towards back end at season when they'll hopefully be willing to accept cheaper contracts. What we'll do then is we'll just crack on and move towards game number 1, and if we get any news in the meantime we can take a look at it. So somebody has come in with an offer for Jake Beasley with his contract running out. It is Mjoldarlen IF. If they want him on a pre-contract, then fair enough. We have sold Whitehead, and that adds 325 grand to transfer budget, so that does increase things for us a little bit. We might be able to actually buy somebody this window. Let's take a look at the budgets in office. So we currently have a transfer budget of 618k. Now I am saving a couple of hundred of that for when our next youth report returns, because when that youth report does, the scouting youth report does return, we will be signing one of them goalkeepers, won't we? Florian Jonsian has come to us and told us we made no attempt to resolve the issue regarding to leave the club. So they've transfer listed him for me, but he is out of contract to end at season anyway. Oh well, he is transfer listed. We'll just double check that they have transfer listed him. Yeah, they have. They've transfer listed him, but I'm sure he's one at ones whose contract is running out. Anyway, yeah, he's only got 6 months left on his contract anyway, so not an issue. We've had a transfer offer for Pierre Gianni. Al Wader. Well, that ain't happening, is it? Because he's one of my 3 main centre-backs, so they can jog on. I'll just quickly do the youth training before the next game. No growth this time. Anyway, well, that's enough talk about transfers. It's time for game number 1, and it's Colchester. This is a chance for revenge. They dumped us out of the FA Cup, didn't they, Colchester, in the first round, when we said we'd quite like a cup run just for money it brings in. Have a quick look at the table, see where they are. Are Colchester a team that are near top? Oh, they are. They're in second. Okay, this might be a slightly more difficult match than I anticipated, but I'm going to give it me all and see if we can do to Colchester what they did to us in FA Cup. Colchester's starting lineup. Who was it that caused us trouble last time? I don't remember. Can't even remember what team they put out last time either. It's a 4-2-3-1, so they are mirroring our formation. That is possibly why we struggled. We have had traditional struggles playing against teams that do the same formation as us. We are unchanged from last game. It's still Markovic up front, and Smith Rowe keeps his place out on right. Alright, we won his last 2 games on bounce, lads. Let's try and keep that up. Here's Pell. It's on to Brown. Toure, stay with your man. Well, I said stay with your man, and the first thing he does is let his man get away. Fair enough. Good block by Piergiani, and then he gets his shot off anyway, but it's over from Norris. Infuriates me when we aim for one player and end up sending ball to another. That's luckily over everybody, and Threlkel can knock that up. There's Smith Rowe. He's going to have to go backwards because we were getting hounded in possession. Oh, get ball away again. Hogan tried stepping in. Oh, well done, Leatherin. Colchester are showing why they're up in second at the minute. They're pouncing on everything. Ooh, over from Norris. I'm not happy with how easy we are making it for Colchester at the minute. Well done, Mitrovic. Micklebust. Threlkeld. He goes back to Hogan. Just keep on at ball for a bit, lads. Piergiani. Towel. Knocked on from Micklebust. Here's Markovic. I said Mitrovic earlier, didn't I? Obviously didn't mean that. Micklebust onto Figuera. Markovic takes a shot. Saved by Gherkin. Well done, Towel. It's on for Micklebust. Towel. Oh, bugger. Win your header. Well done, Threlkeld. Is Smith Rowe coming forward? Towel. Oh, I tried turning back because I thought defender were going to track with me, but I actually would have had an easier time if I would have just gone into box there, because the defender also tracked back. There's Brown looking for a pass, is he? No, he's going to take it on his own, and luckily that's wide. Micklebust. Micklebust again, onto Figuera. Spots the runner Toure. Oh, Toure robbed by Jackson. Here's Cowan Hall. Onto Jackson again, and there's the ref's whistle. At the break, it is 0-0 somehow. And I have no idea how. Come on then, lads. Second half. Let's put a bit more enthusiasm into it, shall we? Threlkeld on for Smith Rowe again. He gives it away. It's cut out by Norris. They were under a lot of pressure though, so I can't really fault him. Smith Rowe's tracking back, but he can't keep up with Bramall. Thought Smith Rowe were faster than that. Apparently not. And lob this out to Sigurdarsson. Toure. Figuera onto Sigurdarsson again. It's on for Towel. Markovic is in some space. Is this his opening goal? It is. Just sneaks it inside post, and somehow, against all odds, we have taken the lead. And I love to see a new signing bagging a goal. I was trying to wrong foot keeper. Keeper did get an hand to it, so we were lucky, but it is tucked away in corner. And it's a nice day. It's not a debut goal, is it? But it is the first goal to open his account for Markovic. Well, I will certainly take that. It's against runner play, but to be 1-0 up at the team who are currently second in league, happy with that. Brown bursting forward. Well done, Threlkeld. Thought he'd gone through his man then, but he didn't. Keeps Oderick. Markovic gets ball away. It's Lapsley. Nope, it's going to be a yellow card when we cut when game pauses, isn't it? Well done, Toure. And here's that yellow card. Yep, Figuera, you are getting booked, you naughty boy. An accidental challenge off the ball, because I was concentrating on the play. There's Lapsley. Got inside. Oh, Leatherin. Why did you just fall over at that? It's Cowan Hall that gets the goal, but we just let him walk through. And defence could do nothing. And Leatherin, at that angle, he should be doing better. We should not be letting him score at that angle. We are making our first sub of the game then. It's Larson coming off from Micklebust. Stevenson bringing it forward through midfield. Bramall. Newell. Just cutting space through here at minute, aren't they? Oh, Leatherin, you could have caught that. He dances past everybody. It's Figuera trying to track back with Brown. Frelkeld win the ball. He does. Here's Smith Rowe. Chance to come forward. It's out to Figuera. He finds Sigurdarsson. Knocked on for Toure. Nice little ball forward. Oh, big block by Eastman. There's a corner then. Try and put this square in it box and get anybody underneath it. Keeper comes to punch. Smith Rowe. Piagiani. Oh, headed out by Eastman again. Second corner. Again, try and put this in box and get up to it. We can. Keeper comes to punch again. Toure not reacting quick enough then. And it's eventually in the hands of Gherkin. Oh, Sigurdarsson couldn't direct that pass as he wouldn't challenge. There's Stevenson. Brown. Stevenson again. Not cutting out the passes when we should be here. It's Norris. Brown gets it box and ball over. Figuera. Toure knocked on for Sigurdarsson. Well done. Oh, Markovic. And ball cut out by Bramall. Well done, Smith Rowe. Here's Toure. Towel! His shot were tame. I don't think he quite caught it, really. We have played 5 minutes of the 3. And there we go. Ref does eventually blow up whistle. We start today's episode with a draw. Colchester 1, Salford 1. Well, a draw weren't the worst thing in world, was it? We have got an email saying there's been interest shown in Ayala. He's been approached on a pre-contract, so maybe we're going to have to try and do the same. I don't know what he's going to want in terms of wage demands. That is the thing. Because obviously we're waiting on scout reports. Do we go in for him anyway? Let's give it a crack. The worst that can happen is that he says no because we insult him. Well, I can confirm that we have agreed a deal for Daniel Ayala. It's eating up quite a lot of money, but his stats look just incredible in defence. He could do us some big things at back. He's only 29 as well, so he's not going to have lost too much of his pace yet. He is costing us 20 grand a week in terms of wages, and we did lose 100 grand on his signing bonus, so that might be an issue with his budgets. No, we've still got a transfer budget of 518k, so it's obviously coming out of next year's budget, which means we might be alright. We're not going to carry on trying to sign free agents though. We have got another game to play and it's in quick succession. We've just got some more Pond transfer approach made, so they're trying to sign Pond for free, which is fine. We've had a transfer offer for Bjarne Moe, so they want to steal our young striker. It's above his valuation as well. I don't really want to let him go though, even if it would bring money in. I'm going to reject that. I'm not going to sell youth players until we've decided that they're useless to us. Right, youth scout report available. This is where we hopefully bring in the goalkeeper, Jonathan Robinson. Potential of 72 to 90. We can sign him. Get in my youth team. Do we sign? I'm not going to sign him, I don't think. 66 to 82. 57 to 77. Oh, 80 to 94. We are having him though. that's goalkeepers sorted. It also means we can probably remove goalkeepers from the transfer hub as well, doesn't it? 74 to 94. I'm going to reject that one. We now have 2 goalkeepers in the youth squad. Let's have a look at the current ratings, because that's one thing that we don't know. 65 rated already and 58. You know what? Jordan Murphy is getting promoted to the senior team straight away, because he, I believe, is already a better rated goalkeeper than Leatherin. Which, no, not Markovic, was they? We don't want to remove a striker for a keeper. Yeah, Leatherin is 63 rated. And, wow, alright. Well, Murphy straight in the team. We now have a 65 rated goalkeeper. Let's hope that that improves the situation at the back, and getting game time should grow him quite well as well. Right, it's time for game number 2 then. We are at home and we are playing Northampton Town. First game with a new goalkeeper. How's he going to do? Only one way to find out, isn't there? Now, we already know that there's only one change made in our lineup. That is Jordan Murphy coming in goal. I'm excited for this. 65 rated already with a potential of 80 to 94. That is the kind of keeper we wanted, weren't it? It's exactly what we wanted from youth scouts. Northampton lineup. Anybody in there that I recognise?
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Can't say there is in terms of like former top level players. It is a 4-2-3-1, so again another team that echoes our formation. Right, have we now got a solid basis to build from at the back with Murphy coming in goal? Figuera, don't lose the ball like that. Luckily, attacker wasn't ready. Figuera, that's twice you've nearly been caught in possession, mate. Frelkeld, he goes back to Hogan. I am not just going to attack for the sake of attacking. That's one thing that I don't want to do. Here's Figuera, caught in possession again, and this time he does lose ball. Figuera, I don't know what's up with you, mate, but you've had a couple of really bad games, haven't you? Well done, Smith Rowe, though. It's Micklebust. It's on for Piergianni. He goes forward onto Figuera. Micklebust. And that's back of the net. Markovic, for the second game in a row, finds the net. It's Smith Rowe that set that one up, or was it Micklebust? It was Micklebust, weren't it? Smith Rowe onto Micklebust. No, towel to Micklebust to Smith Rowe, and it's Markovic that bangs it in back at net. And that one much more decisive than last game. Sigurdarsson sticking with him. Comes inside to McCormack again. Back to Adams. Well cut out by Figuera. I forgive all of your sins, mate. That's Towel. Plays that to Markovic. Back to Towel. Micklebust in on goal. Or he's put it wide. Back to McCormack. Through middle. Finds Warburton. Oh, well cut out by Micklebust. That's on to Towel. He's going to run. It's knocked on for Sigurdarsson. Is he going to cut inside and get his goal? Oh, he is. Well done. Aaron Sigurdarsson, you absolute beauty. This is nice. 2-goal lead early on in first half, and Sigurdarsson, I know he's set to stay out wide rather than cut in, but there was that much space for him to move into then that he had to take a shot. And he does well going across goalkeeper. Right in corner. I know morale is really high at the minute from the post-match and pre-match like interviews, the press conferences, etc. Why is the keeper that far out? He's lucky that we didn't get on at ball then, isn't he? Well cut out by Towel. That's on for Towel again. Towel on for Markovic. Towel, oh, tackled at last. Right at the last second. Northampton are getting more into this game now. Luckily, we are defending quite well. Oh, Towel gives it away just as I start to congratulate us, saying that we're doing quite well. Take it out wide, header from close range, and we get to scramble it away. It's only as far as McWilliams though. Sigurdarsson did well, but then loses it. That's offside, surely. It's not, but it's only side netting. It's funny, a minute like, well, I say a minute, you know, when this game started, I felt like I were controlling a Premier League quality team with how, like, it felt to control the players in terms of gameplay. They didn't feel like they were lower league quality, and then all of a sudden, everything's going wrong, and they feel sluggish again. There's Figueira on for Towel. Markovic. It's on for Micklebust. Can we find Smith Rowe? He can. He's in space. Is this going to be number 3? Should have been, but it weren't. No, we can't find the 3rd. We just couldn't get the ball out from under his feet quick enough. Smith Rowe did so well getting forward then. Towel onto Markovic. Oh, Markovic caught in possession. And that gives Northampton a chance to come forward is Morius, but there's the ref's whistle at half-time. It is Salford 2, Northampton 0. I feel much more confident already knowing that we've got a goalkeeper that is going to be solid heading into the upper leagues. Because we're potentially sort of 80 up, 94. Sigurdarsson caught in a challenge. That's on for Toure though. Saw the run of Sigurdarsson. And that's number 3. And it's Markovic with his 2nd of the game. That is a great way to start the second half, innit? Toure's pass nearly left Sigurdarsson short then, didn't it? But luckily, we do find him because there's no defender tracking back enough. And Markovic tucks it in for his 2nd at game. He's tracking back. Ball goes behind everybody. Falls to Morius. Adams gets the cross in, head it away. Well done for Elkeld. Chance to... It's not counted here if we play it right. Here's Smith Rowe. Micklebust. On for Sigurdarsson. Micklebust. Oh, post and in. That is 4. Get in, lads. Micklebust continues his scoring streak as well. And this is our biggest victory today. That's a nice strike as well. It's nice to score one from edge of area because most of the shots that I take from out there are either blazed over or easy saves. But he got just enough curl to take that away from keeper, didn't he? I were thinking about taking Markovic off and giving Manny a run out. But now that he's on a hat-trick, do I really want to... I mean, of course, if he gets his hat-trick, then... Oh, ref, that's a foul. Let's see if it's a yellow or a red. That's the question. Is it even going to be a card? It should be. I suspect a yellow, though, rather than a red. Come on, ref, get on with it. That is a red card. I did not expect that. It's Jordan Turnbull. I feel kind of bad. I mean, well, I suppose he did dive in and his foot were off at ground, so fair enough. It's Micklebust over the ball. Can we get a shot on goal? I don't think we can. It's going to go wide. Yep, just wide. A little bit too much on it. Let's see how far off it were. It didn't look too far off, but still wide at post just. It's Morius. Pollock again, cut out by Piergiani. Threlkeld, forward. Micklebust, on for Smith Rowe. This is where we've got to have an easy tap in. And it is. And it's Markovic who gets his hat-trick. They're going to go and attack that corner flag. There we go. Traditional Worsley celebration from last year. Smith Rowe just got in an acre of space. Northampton have just got nothing in this game, have they? They've got no answer for us. And it's Markovic with a simple tap in, and that's his hat-trick. Can you imagine if he'd have missed it, though? They're going to keep it in. They do. They get the cross off. But Sigurdarsson, well, is it upfield? We have got a triple substitution waiting at minute. Ball comes through middle. Well cut out by Micklebust. Micklebust again. On to Smith Rowe. Through middle. It's Towel. Is Towel going to get another here? Oh, we're just going to see up Micklebust. Oh. It weren't Mikovic, was it? It was Markovic. And we can make that substitution then. It is Manny Disarue coming on up front, but we're taking Towell off. Markovic drops into Cam for this. We also bring Larson and Walker on to provide us some pace on wings. I'm not happy with 5. I want more. Oh, did well, but Northampton pounce. Oh, off the crossbar. And Toure, well, is that upfield? Manny, do your job. Well, he does, but sends it back towards his own goal and straight to where Northampton are waiting. They look to have gone all out attack on this as well now. It's Larson. Like I said, they look to have gone all out attack, and we have got pace up front. We know we've got pace up front. Manny can't tuck it in. It falls back to Walker though. Looks to get the cross across, and that were an awful sentence, weren't it? The cross across. Manny's let Waters get down this wing. Oh, Manny, well done. Not Manny, it's Toure, but well done, lad. Puts it out for a corner, but we can defend corners better than we can crosses, I've noticed. Although saying that, they'll score now, won't they? No. Waters blazes it wide, and that's a goal kick. Has Murphy been called on for a single save since making his debut? And there is the ref's whistle. We have done it. We have got a 5-0 victory at home against Northampton. And there's Markovic collecting his match ball. 4 attempts, 3 goals. That's not bad, is it? 75% success rate in this game. Salford 5, Northampton Town 0. How's that for an end to episode then? What's he on about? Threlkeld. He's in the first team. Right. Oscar Threlkeld is our first choice right back. He's very happy. And he says that he needs to play more. He's playing every game. I was telling him I'm counting on him in decisive moments, but he's first choice. He's played every game we've played lately. Oh well, I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, how nice was that? That's a good way to end an episode, isn't it? What I'm just going to do is quickly set up the player development now that we've got another player to think about. Well, another 2 really, haven't we? Right, we have got each of our youth players now with 1, apart from Jonathan Robinson, is it? The second keeper. What I might do eventually is, if I get enough, is split my youth training into positions. So if we get enough attack-minded players, enough midfielders, defenders, goalkeepers, etc., we might do it that way. But for now, I'm just going to concentrate on training these 5 guys. We'll simulate that and see how we get on. Murphy's first training session, just a C rating. Evans has grown now, though, to 57 rated. I saw that go up. So he's getting there slowly. I'm incredibly happy with my youth players now, though. They are pretty much all in the first team, apart from the other potential first choice goalkeeper, aren't there? But I think as soon as we saw that 80 to 94 rated for Murphy, that were that. But yeah, what a way to end an episode, guys. Yeah, we started off a bit cold in first game, didn't we? It were only 1-1, but we are now up to 12th place in league after, let's see where Northampton are out of interest. They are down in 18th, so they are now below us, but they could have been above us. No, they couldn't, because we would have had 33. They were on 32, but they would have been somewhere around where we are in league. Are we catching up? That's the question. Colchester, who we drew with at the start of the episode, are now up in first on 49, so we are still 13 points behind in 36, but we are climbing up that table, which is what is important, and victories like that, 5-0 against Northampton, are what we need to help us get up there, aren't they? I don't think there's much more to say in this episode, is there, guys, to be honest? I think after that result, I think it's just time to call it a day. So, if you enjoyed watching me finally find net, then make sure you twat that thumbs up button and twat that subscribe button so you can keep up with content for the rest of the year on the channel. Social media links are all in the description below. Feel free to follow me on any of your particular choice if you do use social media. And other than that, guys, cheers for watching, and as usual, I'll see you next episode.